That's an aggressive move, though. If you're going on a one-night stand, you're like, hey, why don't we 69 first thing?
Yeah.
You know what?
Gotta make sure you're near a shower.
I'm feeling a connection here.
Yeah. I'll give you 3 wet wipes. I'm going to take 3 wet wipes. Let's meet back here in 2 minutes.
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah! Good
morning! And welcome to episode 969 of Hard Factor.
Nice.
It is Tuesday. Very nice. June 21st, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us on our last 69 before 1,000 episodes.
We've had 9 of them.
Yeah. This is our 9th. This is our 9th together. Congratulations to all of us. Wow. Everybody wins in a 69. That's 10th,
because 69 is 1, and then 1 through 9. This is our 10th 69. Right?
Oh, really?
69, and then 169, 2, 3,
You're
4,
right.
5,
0,
6, 7,
is
8,
1.
9. That's
You're
10
right.
69s.
It's about time to marry it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Second time I've ever heard that in my life.
Yeah. Put a ring on it, you know?
All right. Yeah, we really
I'd
should.
say we're more than friends at this point.
We're having fun, though, still,
Yeah.
which is great. That's how many 69s we're doing. It's a strong relationship. All right. Today, big time Fat Boy Summer sports news in the cup of coffee in the big time with Wes.
Yeah. It's not so great news for some people, but yeah, we'll get into it. I don't wanna spoil anything.
All
Some
right.
people eating their way out of the league?
Sounds juicy.
No.
Okay. Sorry. We'll wait.
Maybe Pat's got some Texas stuff on deck, right, Pat?
Yeah, shit got real weird at the Texas GOP convention over the weekend, boys.
It did.
We might be 49 states soon.
Oh, secession talk?
Whoa, more
Secession
talk, sure.
Secession was
Civil War.
Secession was a
Secession.
priority.
That's my favorite kind of crazy Texas
Yeah.
talk is secession talk.
I
I
mean,
love that. Love you
that-
some secession talk.
That's been going on for decades. Secession
Yeah.
talk.
Hey, I just want to make
Come
it clear, just a teaser. Texas Republicans have retained the right to secede. Clear, they put it in writing.
Retained.
We don't need them.
Yeah, we're doing just fine. Our economy is doing just fine.
I love secession talk. I can't wait for that. I've got cartel news and a trip down under in the TikTok International Moment. And Mark's got a real chin scratcher to close things out today.
That's right.
Yeah. And thanks for covering, fellas. 2 dances with the bat flu now for me, and it finally took me off one show. So
Not bad.
2 COVIDs, one show. But I feel great though. I just had stomach stuff this time. Thank you guys for covering.
No problem.
Won't hold it against you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Also,
Hey.
while I was out though, check it out.
I was
Put it
gonna
there on
say.
the Eagle, buddy.
I got mine too.
Right
Tank
there?
Came in. Put it right
Yeah.
there.
Talk
It's
about
nice.
unity.
Right on
Talk
that
about what
angle.
Hard Factor's doing for the unity of this country.
Woo.
I don't care.
These tanks.
I don't care how you identify politically. You see an eagle, you say that's the most badass bird that ever existed, my friend.
Oh, get in
If
the
you're
Discord.
wearing this tank top
The Hive is all about unity, bro.
Oh, I know that.
Oh.
I know that. I'm just
Yeah.
championing
So
the
unified.
unity.
It's kind of the point of the show.
If you're wearing this tank top, put her there on the Eagle, buddy, with the American flag eagle head on it, and then you're like strolling the beach with a drink to give out. I mean, everybody wants to talk to you. I know what the great
You know what the great unifier is besides the eagle and good times is laughter.
That's right.
It's true.
exactly. Put her there
But
on
primarily the eagle.
The eagle first, and then laughter.
And secession
Common ground.
talk.
Yeah, wherever you are, there's common ground right there in front of you.
Yeah.
store.hardfactor.com.
Yeah, I
That's
would
where the
say
common ground
that
is at.
if you order by Wednesday, Thursday this week, you're going to get it by 4th of July. Not going to guarantee anything past that. So get in there and get it.
Fitting
Get in there and get it today.
Listen, it doesn't say 4th of July on it. You can wear it the 5th of July, the 10th of July,
That's
the
true.
3rd of August, the 4th of September.
It's looking great on June
Labor
21st.
Day weekend. Look at that motherfucking shirt. Yeah.
You might want to premiere it on 4th of July, but
Right.
it can have a second showing.
Oh,
true.
yeah.
And I
Any
love
day.
it. The graphic is huge. It's a nice, like, long, tall tank. It fits so nicely. I love it.
So there you have it.
There you go.
Absolutely. Well, you guys want to get into some news then?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind it.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time trending news. Fun fact. First up, guys, summer is here officially. First day of summer, summer solstice. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. But fun fact is that watermelon is obviously one of the best parts about summer. You guys watermelon guys?
I mean,
who isn't?
I was born in America, you know, so
There you
were
go.
you. So,
Me too.
Yeah.
you know, I'm a
You guys
registered
like
voter.
you guys like to smell your own farts, you know.
I mean, I'm not a huge melon person in general. I guess water would be the best of the melons.
Yeah.
I
mean, look,
agree with you on the melon talk,
Yeah.
but watermelon is good.
think about it this, Will. Is any other fruit so good that they genetically engineered it to be better? You think about that? Crossbreeding. Seedless watermelon?
Probably, right? I mean, like almost all of
I'm
them.
gonna throw-
the lemon for sure.
I'm
I
gonna
think
throw
a
this
lot
out
of
there as
citrus
fact.
are, a lot of citrus are fruit seedless as well.
Well, then someone come up with another reason to love watermelon on top of that.
My favorite's the big giant tub
Hey,
in the cold water, getting your hands in that cold water,
Ooh,
bobbing for
yeah.
watermelons. Yeah,
I'm with it. I'm
Farmer's
just not
market.
like if you break out watermelon like say 3 days a week, I'm eating
It's
it
too
one.
much. It's too much.
0
I'm
to
a
1.
cantaloupe guy. I'm a cantaloupe guy.
My favorite is to get a baby pool, right? Fill it halfway up with baby oil. Throw a couple watermelons in there, and then a couple of your closest buds, and then play who can get the watermelon.
Who can fuck the watermelon?
Also,
That's what I like to
spiked
play.
watermelon. Speaking of fucking
Yeah.
watermelon,
That's
that's
good.
fun.
Okay. Well, you guys are wrong at least about the what kind of it's not a fruit. First of all, that's the fun
What?
fact.
Who said that,
It's,
Wes?
Gourd,
it's
right?
a vegetable. It's a vegetable. And do you know
Oh.
what family of vegetable it belongs to?
Gourd?
None is the answer because it's a
The
fruit.
cucumber family.
Cucumber.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's
How
a
about
giant
that?
cucumber. Sweet.
Yeah, sweet cucumber.
So you're saying you
Oh,
could pickle
fuck
it?
off.
It ain't a fruit, Mark. Look it up.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, check it out. And we are in the month of June. Another fun
Are
fact,
all
which is
melons
that-
vegetables, Wes, or is just the watermelon?
I don't know if all
Okay, we're gonna have to
melons
follow
are
up on that,
vegetables,
but
but I know the
that's-
watermelon is a vegetable.
Quite a fact.
Cucumber family.
What-
Mark's gonna
it's-
double
it
check me,
says-
but
It says it's watermelon, Citrullus lanatus, succulent fruit, and vine-like plant of the gourd family, Cucurbitaceae, native to tropical Africa and cultivated around the world. The fruit contains vitamin A, some vitamin C.
Well, the fruit
It's a
of
fruit.
the cucumber.
Yeah,
the
it's a
fruit of the
cucumber
cucumber,
family, but
though.
it's still a fruit.
But the cucumber also has I think
Maybe
that
a
still could
cucumber's
be
a fruit.
vegetable.
In the
Yeah.
in the same
No,
way that
fuck's-
your
the
child
fruit-
is a fruit.
I
of
mean,
your
maybe
loins.
Google's wrong.
No, there's
Maybe it
fruit
is.
in every
Your fun fact thing's
vegetable
wrong.
and fruit. There's fruit in every
fruit
vegetable and
or
fruit.
vegetable.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because like there's fruits of vegetables. Like
says
we have to
fruit
talk
now.
about the part you eat.
Okay, well
yeah,
now
it's
I'm an
fruit.
idiot.
Yeah, see, yeah.
look, but a
I
melon-
knew I smelled bullshit on that.
It
fun
depends on
fact.
who you ask, is what I'm reading now.
You got to
Really?
check some of these fun facts.
Yeah.
I've been to these
Tomato,
websites
tomato, literally.
for fun facts.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
tomato. And I've had to check them because like about a third of them are like half truths at best.
Also,
These-
I've
yeah.
noticed we've used some fun facts over for sure.
Oh, yeah?
I know I have for sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
Will, though. Hey,
Probably dolphin one.
quick asterisks.
But I've used a lot of orca ones over.
Quick asterisks. Will, you guessed, is it a member of the gourd family?
Gourds.
And the Cucurbitaceae, which is the actual family, which includes the cucumber, squash, gourd, and pumpkin. So you were technically right.
So
It's a gourd.
so we were right on Wes's fun fact that he was wrong on.
No,
Cantaloupe's
I
a
think I'm
vegetable,
still right.
it says.
I think I'm still right.
Okay.
Cantaloupe's a
Jack's ever
vegetable?
tell
Look
us.
at that.
Jack,
Interesting.
this is a
Cantaloupe's
perfect
a
thing for
vegetable.
Jack to settle. In
Jack's
the,
head's going to
YouTube comment.
explode.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Jack.
you, Jack.
He was just taking a piss. There's piss everywhere because he ran to his computer.
Yeah, it's like the Aaron Burr thing. He's got the milk cookie in his mouth. Aaron Burr.
Also, we're in the month of June, guys. June was named after the Roman goddess Juno, who's connected with all aspects of the life
No.
of women,
No, yeah, it's true. Probably.
most particularly married life, childbirth. She's like a woman's guardian angel. So she's, she's like that. And now after that, let's take women down a notch. Got a blonde joke for you guys, okay?
Perfect.
Okay.
Young blonde. She's distraught because
I'm listening.
she fears her husband is having an affair. So she goes to the gun shop. She buys a handgun. She's going to take care of business. The next day, she comes home. She finds her husband in bed with a hot redhead. So she grabs the gun. She holds it to her own head. The husband jumps out of bed, begging and pleading with her not to shoot herself. And hysterically, she says, "Shut up. You're next."
What a blonde joke.
Hey,
But
hey,
it's-
da-da-da. All right. That's right. Yeah.
Stupid.
Where was she hot?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
so
hot.
hot, Pat.
She was
Yeah,
so
so
hot. That was hot
You said
brains.
blonde, so I assumed
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. She's
Is
dumb
watermelon
and
a fruit, Pat? Yeah.
hot. Summer solstice again, longest day of summer kicks off today.
Longest day of the year.
Longest day of the year. That's right. Yeah, right. In Northern Hemisphere. As the Farmer's Almanac explains, it occurs when Earth arrives at the point in its orbit where the North Pole is at its maximum tilt toward the sun, resulting in the longest day, shortest night. So, yeah, go out there and enjoy your day. And by the way, get some Fat Boy Summer merch, which is also available in the store along with that Eagle.
Yeah.
Both tanks at the same time, because that's what you're going to want. You're going to want, I mean, that covers you all summer long. Both tanks.
That's right.
The tanks are the best.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some actual news, guys. First off, we got some sports news. This one is from my guy, Bengio. And the World Cup is almost here. Kicks off November 21st in Qatar with the USA playing Wales that day. Yeah, Qatar.
We're playing Wales first game?
Yeah, we're playing
we
Wales.
We better fucking crush Wales. If Gareth Bale like scores a hat trick on us, we're done.
How are we looking against Wales, Mark?
Cooked. I mean, we should win.
Oh, I mean, it's hard to say. We're not
we qualify more comfortably than them.
We did.
They had to beat Ukraine last second to get in.
It's anyone's game, including England, who lost like 5-0 to like Tunisia or someone like last week. Our bracket's anyone's game. It's
England's in our shit too.
England's in our shit. Wales is in our shit.
We got to run these fuckers, man. It's like
I think we'll advance. I think we got to get in the top 2 out of 4 to advance. I think we'll advance.
Okay. Anyway, it's going to be nice in Qatar around that year. It's not going to be, people aren't going to be dying. It's actually going to be like 80 degrees. So it's going to be like Hawaii over there. Perfect time to play some soccer. But don't expect to see any women in bikinis over there, as foreigners are expected to dress modestly with nothing too revealing, which is probably a good thing because you don't want to get yourself, too horny, because officials there have basically put a ban on one-night stands, sex in general, unless you're married. So
what?
How you enforce that shit?
Out there in Qatar?
Yeah, out there in Qatar, unless you want to face up to 7 years in jail if you're caught. If you're caught having sex outside of marriage, you can face up to 7 years. Yeah. A police insider told Daily Star that basically the World Cup is going to suck for fans. The party atmosphere you typically see after games, the mingling, the sex, the drinking. Don't do it unless you want to end up in prison. And please, whatever you do, don't have any gay sex, which could land you in prison also.
It's killing
the rainbows. Yeah, right. Are the rainbows outlawed in Qatar too, or is it?
It's under Sharia law over there, so you know how that goes.
Tell you what you're going to want to do if you're going to.
They cover their eyes and say "gross" and just shoot a machine gun in the room when they say.
Did I get him?
If Tell me if you're dead.
If you're horny, and this is in stark contrast to it was Germany hosted the last World Cup who like flew in prostitutes, right?
Oh yeah, they like their sex.
If you're horny,
they gave you 7 years if you didn't have sex.
Exactly. What I would do is do what Mark did and get ordained online as a minister. So if someone's sniffing around saying, "Hey, are you married?" What you want to do is pre-coitus. You want to get all the way there except for the last, I don't know, sentence, and you want to have that sentence pending, and you want to lay that sentence down.
You got to bring the me around in the room with you though, so that
or
they
you
can
do it
ordain
yourself.
At the end. Yeah.
Well, you could hire Mark, or you could get ordained yourself.
I'll watch
you officiate your own wedding.
No. Here's a better idea. Here's a better idea. You bring an extra ring, so that way if someone bursts in the door, you have the lady slip on a ring. You slip on a ring. And you say, "Look, here it is. Sorry, we're married."
Two different ideas.
Yeah,
it's risky, but how hot is it to have potentially 7 years in jail sex, and you both know it? That's that's a thrill.
It's like the ultimate. We shouldn't be doing this porn.
That's
right.
A 69.
It's taboo.
Yeah,
you might die. Yeah,
don't tell dad.
But I'll tell
if
you
you're ever going to talk somebody into a 69 on a one-night stand, that's going to be the one. Yeah. A lot of adrenaline running.
Did you say that risk turns you on?
Yeah.
But
I might not see you again for 7 years, baby.
That's an aggressive move, though. If you're going on a one-night stand, you're like, "Hey, why don't we 69 first thing?"
Yeah.
You know what?
Got to make sure you're near a shower.
Right. I'm feeling a connection here.
Yeah. I'll give you 3 wet wipes. I'm going to take 3 wet wipes. Let's meet back here in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I might be overshooting it, but I'm going to go for it.
Now, do you like to go feet at the bottom of the bed on the 69, or do you like feet at the top of the bed? You tell me. I'm flexible.
But what's fucked up, guys, is that even though you're not allowed to have sex, they're horning people up over there. Look at this fucking stadium that just looks like a giant kind of vagina that you might want to bang.
That does look like a vagina.
Ooh, I mean, like a mons pubis in action.
How the fuck are you going to make that stadium and then expect people not to have sex?
That stadium should get 7 years in jail.
You know what that is? That's sexual repression. Who's designing that stadium besides people who want to stare at vaginas?
Slaves,
right? Every artist and cutters like George O'Keefe,
builders,
some horny guy with a helicopter.
Every single artist and sculptor is making like flowers and
fixated on vaginas.
Yeah. So just be careful. Normally they say the general it's like 1 year is the normal term, but they can go up to 7. So just be careful.
Man, it's funny. The CIA found this out like way too late, but the CIA used to be not down with female intelligence officers like doing interrogation, especially in Muslim countries. But one woman made a breakthrough, and they found out, oh my God, these ladies crush because they walk into a room with a dude that's never been alone with a woman before.
They're so off,
they're
so off their game.
So horned up.
Yeah, they're so off their game. Yeah.
Ladies do the best in our intelligence community.
Ooh. More sporting news, guys, gentlemen. We've covered the saga
everything.
That is transgender athletes in sports, and now
can I see your ankle?
Yeah,
just your wrist.
Oh, okay. Here's where the bomb is.
We've covered the saga that is transgender athletes in sports, and now at the ass end of Pride Month, the governing body of international water sports, swimming, diving, all that stuff, FINA, whose slogan is "Water is our world," has laid down a huge decision for transgender water sports athletes across the globe. One that I think is may become the international standard and something that people are going to look to that will really affect transgender athletes in our country and the world moving forward. Now, FINA.org, the website, under the About Us section, you're going to find this quote at the very top. Quote, "Since June 2021, under the presidency of Hussein al-Musallam, FINA comprises 209 member federations in the 5 continents." Now, if you were to take a wild guess as to whether or not a guy named Hussein al-Musallam, who looks like this, made a beneficial decision or a crushing blow to transgender athletes, what would you guess, just based on,
He kind of looks trans.
Yeah, he looks like Mother Teresa.
But transitioning to be Father Teresa.
But
I
rich.
mean, I don't know what the terminology is for his Islamic clothing, but crushing
face.
He looks like a Saudi. He's dressed like a Saudi.
He's from Kuwait. Yeah, I've got that. The headdress he's wearing is it's formed of 3 different things: the keffiyeh, which is the skull cap, which symbolizes that no gay thoughts can enter their heads. Then the gutra, which is the white cloth, which symbolizes the napkin they use to wash the gay off if they touch one. And then finally the ogle, which is the black cord that holds it all in place, which symbolizes something that is just too terrible to mention. Right. So yeah,
I would say conservative. It would be a conservative ruling. Wes.
Very conservative. So we all know
it's like a type of armor almost, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
March 2022, Leah Thomas, she became the first transgender athlete to win the NCAA Division I national championship in any sport.
She lapped him.
Yeah, she beat the Olympic silver medalist by 1.75 seconds in the 500-yard freestyle, won the national championship. And
which, like a lot of people were like, hey, maybe that's jumping the shark on this whole thing. And turns out maybe so.
Yeah. And coincidentally, 1.75 seconds is the exact amount of time it took the doctor to cut Leah's penis off during her sex change operation. Just kidding. She still has it, Pat. Don't worry. She still has it. She still has it. Yeah. In fact, she was walking around in the locker room. Apparently she was allowed in the locker room, and she had like a nice parlor trick where she'd just go, "Hey, check out my dick and balls," to all the ladies in the women's locker room. She was allowed to be in there.
It was like Larry Bird when he went to the 3-point competition and he put on the jacket and he said, "Who's coming second?" But she was just flapping it around. She's like, "Who's coming in second?"
Helicopter.
Yeah, helicopter.
Come on, it's a joke. It's
uncomfortable. So Pat's uncomfortable. It is a joke. I know Pat's uncomfortable. That's why the whole reason I'm doing this is to make Pat uncomfortable. FINA and President Hussein al-Musallam have said enough is enough, and now they banned any athlete that transitioned after puberty from competing in FINA-sanctioned events. So Leah Thomas is out. From the New York Times, the vote by FINA prohibits transgender women from competing unless they began medical treatments to suppress production of testosterone before going through one of the early stages of puberty or by the age of 12, whichever occurred later. So,
which is like basically nobody, right? Yeah.
I mean, well, not like anyone that's like dominating.
No one in a Republican state.
Yeah, no, it's basically no one will.
They're blocking that.
Yeah. It's basically no one now.
The mythos would tell you that it's everyone, but it's basically no one.
Yeah.
Right. This has an effect on people that are like younger kids that are transitioning.
They're banning Leah Thomas.
They're banning Leah Thomas and any transgender athlete that went through puberty. So FINA said they had a bunch of groups come together representing all sides of the issue: human rights, LGBTQ rights, scientists, sports psychologists. The science group was comprised of independent experts in the field of physiology, endocrinology, and human performance, including specialists in sex differences in human performance and transgender medicine. So they went through, they did a bunch of tests to see, hey, are men actually more dominant in women and why? And they reported that the biological
NBA, and 1 WNBA game.
Right. Shockingly,
Test was done after the fourth quarter.
That's
guys, you aren't
funny.
going to believe this, but shockingly, they found out that sex is a key determinant of athletic performance, with males outperforming females in sports, including aquatic sports that are primarily determined by neuromuscular, cardiovascular, respiratory function, and something I can't limb size and body size. So the extent of the male-female performance gap varies by sport and competition, but the gap universally emerges starting from the onset of puberty. So before puberty, pretty much equal, but once those balls start making that testosterone, it's no longer a fair match.
Well, girls dominate up until like they grow faster when they're really early.
Right.
They're
They're
bigger.
taller. Yeah,
They're
they
probably
beat you up on the
as
playground.
good. Yeah, they beat your ass up. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, it's like flip flopped, and then around puberty it changes. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, and God did that to build a complex in males.
I think he might have.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's some design
I mean,
things
everything is
Yeah.
for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
there's-
sure.
So this was a big, it's a big decision.
I'll show you.
It's a big decision that I think other states are going to point to, other governing bodies. Who knows? But big blow.
I certainly could
during
care
Pride
less, but I think it was like 71% of people were for this or something like that.
Right.
Hey,
It was
cool.
a pretty. The vote.
It's a
was-
big decision.
The vote
Glad
was
they brought
very
science into it. It's important.
open and
That's,
shut.
yeah, I think we got to get emotion out of it and science into it. So.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. Leah Thomas, though, she should have done what the kid in The Incredibles did at the end. The Flash or whatever his name is. Like he's super fast, so he joined like the middle school track team, and he just was burning them. And they're like, no, slow down. And then he got second, and he was allowed to stay on the track team. I think Leah.
You
probably
just
should've-
spoiled The Incredibles for me because I just started it, and
Yeah.
at the very beginning, the mom's like, there's no sports, and
Yes.
okay, well,
But
take that off the board.
if he had dominated, then they wouldn't allow supers,
Right.
to be in sports.
Okay,
So-
stop.
This
stop.
was.
I've heard
I
enough.
think. Yeah. And we.
All right,
I
let's
think a
move
lot
on.
of us were like, "Hey, maybe this is jumping the shark," and it was.
Again, I don't care. I have absolutely no care for.
Well,
the
if you hadn't seen The Incredibles, you would care, and now it's
You really
one of
would.
my favorite movies.
I'd like to see him dominate personally.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's
Yeah,
kinda
it is.
awesome,
It's the best. Politics. Check this ad out from Missouri Senate candidate and conservative MAGA member, outsider, and former Navy SEAL Eric Greitens, in which he declares that he's going to hunt down all the rhinos in Congress and not leave one standing until our country is saved. Here's the ad.
Damn, big game hunter.
I'm Eric Greitens, Navy SEAL, and today we're going rhino hunting.
Got a big rifle.
The rhino feeds on
a shotgun,
corruption
Wes.
and is
He's gonna-
marked
Whatever.
He's
by
gonna
the strengths
kill
of cowardice.
constituents.
yeah, if they're Republican in name only, he is.
Yeah,
Reach the door with like a fucking door bomb.
Join the
Empty-
MAGA
he's
crew.
swatting.
Get a rhino hunting permit. There's no bagging limit, no tagging limit, and it doesn't expire until we save our country.
he's killing them with multiple guys like on what?
Yeah,
He's gonna
yeah.
break into your house and
Home
kill
defense
you.
When I watched this, I was waiting for. I was like, who's it gonna be? Are they gonna have like a cartoony like rhino Republican like
Right.
oh
Nope.
me?
Just
blow
a
him
house.
away? But no, they didn't.
That's
do
just
that.
an empty house.
I thought the Republicans.
no expiration on the hunting season.
I thought the
Rhinos.
Republicans were coming together, but no. This is like this, and then what Pat's about to talk about. It is so
It's-
split. It's
yeah,
insane.
it's
So real quick, the emergence of guns, right, in political ads has started maybe like probably 15, 20 years ago. And it was essentially saying, if it was more like it was a Governor Kemp, like holding a gun. Hey, I'm a hunter. Therefore, the subliminal is I'm going to safely protect gun rights. That's what that means. This is a
my
whole
dog,
different
my
story.
gun, my girls, my
This
family.
is a whole
Yeah.
different story.
This is coming to your house and shooting you.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
That's a
We're
bad
gonna
ad.
kill all the rhinos. I mean,
So he's not-
Stupid ad.
He's not talking about the kind of rhinos that Jimmy John slaughters.
No.
It's not spelled RINO. It's RINO. It's an acronym in U.S.
Will
politics
mentioned it.
for Republican in name only,
Yep.
which describes politicians of the Republican Party who allegedly govern and legislate like Democrats who bow down to Biden like cowards. So Greitens is going to hunt them down. That election
people who
is,
are willing to compromise a little bit, basically.
Right.
You have like the MAGAs and the progressives on the far ends, and then you have like the corporate Dems and then the moderate Republicans.
But
and towards
Rhino
the
isn't
middle.
a real
and there's a
thing.
big time split in both parties.
It's an
Kind of
insult.
funny how we have two
It's an
parties,
insult.
yet both parties have like different. Like, I mean, why?
But not only that, most Americans, like almost 50%, identify as independent.
Right.
As of
That's what I'm saying. It's like
2020,
almost like
so.
people can't fit in the small box of one party.
Well, it's because both parties fucking suck.
I agree.
um,
Saying it's
but this-
ridiculous to have two parties only.
Like he said,
We're
this
gonna have
guy's
less
a-
members of one party after the RINO hunters get out
That's
there.
true.
Yeah, a whole lot less.
This guy was endorsed by Trump in 2016 when he ran for governor. And right now on Predict It, if you look at the Missouri Senate race,
He's
who will win?
surging.
He's at 46 cents when I took the screenshot.
Oh.
Last time I looked, he's at 52. So you better get in
Holy
now if you want to make
shit.
some money. You can double up on Greitens if you think that ad's going to be successful. I think it might be.
But
yeah.
doesn't Greitens
I got
realize
20 shotgun shells in this gun right here.
That, like,
20 rhinos. Dead.
ultimately we've jumped the shark on people showing up places as their online avatars and doing violence, right? Like we that's a thing.
I
now.
mean, I
but,
just
but
like
I don't know. That's just it's dangerous, Greitens. It's a dangerous ad, bud.
Well, hey, if you
because
think
he's a
he might
SEAL,
win-
he feels like because he had like the team with him, he feels like it's like a military thing, but it's weird. It's weird as
Oh, yeah.
fuck.
And there's a guy who's not a SEAL who feels like he's got the team with him, and
Yeah, I mean, it's saying let's go hunt rhinos with guns. Like it's not like let's kick them out of the party. It's we're gonna kill them, bag them, tag them, no expiration. It's a shitty ad.
It's don't be a pussy is
Yeah.
what it is. That's all it is.
Right.
hey, Mr.
Brian
Greitens,
Kemp
I
did
brought you the scalp of a
Yeah,
rhino.
my neighbor.
Are
Remember
you
Brian
happy?
Kemp's truck ad
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
It was kind of similar. He had, I think he brought a shotgun out at some point, but I don't think he was to kill fellow party members.
That's what I was
It
getting
like
at, Will.
other
The-
people.
Brian
The
Kemp's
the gun
ad
used to be a
This
different
makes Brian
message.
Kemp's ad look like he's making out with Leah Thomas.
Right. This makes Brian Kemp's ad look very weak. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is way more testosterone.
So predicted.org/promo/hard factor 40. Is that right? You get
Mhm.
40
Oh,
bucks on us when you deposit 40 bucks. So get in there.
Slash
double up.
promo/hard factor.
Yeah, /promo/hard factor 40. Yep, got it. All right, guys, let's move on to the top story of the day, or
The cream of the crop!
entertainment news. Pat might know this guy. Been to his house probably. Paul Haggis. You ever?
I don't fuck with
Scientologists.
Scientologists.
Paul
dog.
Haggis?
I don't fuck with Scientologists, man.
Yeah, he's an
Nope.
Oscar-winning director and writer. He won 2 Oscars, one for writing $1 Million Baby, and then for directing Crash. He's Canadian, and as Pat mentions, he's a former Scientologist. But we'll get
Nice
more.
resume.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
Well, he's been arrested in Italy, and he's accused of some pretty heavy shit. In
Interesting.
fact, he's accused of raping a woman in Ostuni, Italy, in southern Italy, over a period of 2 whole days. So just 2 days of rape. Not exactly in lean couple days.
A day per Oscar.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Prosecutors said the woman was left at the airport by Haggis in what they're calling precarious physical and psychological conditions. The British woman
What the hell is wrong with this guy?
was discovered
torture, yeah.
hiding in an
Yeah.
airport early Wednesday morning after Haggis allegedly dropped her there. And a flight attendant who brought her to authorities said she was destroyed and she
Yeah.
spoke with difficulty, because that's what happens when you get raped for 2 days by a piece of shit.
Jesus.
Yeah. News from the
Lock this
reports
guy up. I mean,
from the
or-
police told the woman, quote,
If
we were
he did it.
if he did it. The woman said,
Right.
quote, we were supposed to
True.
work together, but instead he raped me from Sunday evening to Wednesday. His attorneys are saying this is all a big misunderstanding. It was some other creepy Canadian film director. Here's a picture of this fucking guy.
Oh, they're saying someone pretended to be Paul Haggis?
No, they're just
That's Paul
they're-
Haggis.
That's
Yeah, that's
Paul
him.
Haggis. Yeah. So according
Damn.
to so big misunderstanding. It was some other creepy guy, but the film festival he was supposed to be over there. He was doing master classes for the Allura Fest. They've already convicted Haggis and said the news was shocking and expressed solidarity with the women involved. And they have removed him from teaching and called him a monster, probably because Haggis didn't align with the festival's themes this year, which were equality, gender equality, and solidarity.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's not in. That's
he's
not
out.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So okay, what was this fake Paul Haggis stuff you were talking
There's no
about?
fake Paul
You
Haggis.
said it was a misunderstanding. It was someone.
No, it was being sarcastic. It was probably some other Canadian creep that looked
His
like Paul.
I
lawyers
understand
were
that.
claiming that.
So
No,
what
no,
was-
his lawyers are saying that he didn't
It's
do
bold
it. So
defense.
essentially, yeah,
His
they're
lawyers are
saying
saying,
it
but
wasn't
are
him.
did they mention anything? It might not have mentioned it, but did they mention anything about like it was consensual sex? Did they admit that he hung out with her?
They have not said anything because under Italian
Probably
law, they
smart to not
can't
say anything.
they can't discuss it under Italian
So
law.
they've not
Any
had
evidence?
They've only
Yeah.
said nothing.
Damn, he wrote Casino Royale too. That's a good Bond flick.
Now,
Damn,
according to
he's a piece of shit,
NPR,
though, if that's true, that's terrible.
that's terrible. This
Can
guy's
they
a
let
dirty
him
dog.
write from jail and have someone else direct it?
Right. According to NPR, this guy's a dirty dog. Back in 2018, he was sued by a publicist who accused him of assaulting her after a film premiere. And during this long civil trial, which was delayed because of COVID, 3 other women came forward accusing Haggis of sexual misconduct. So that's 5 women now, counting the 2-day rape accuser. But one more twist, guys. as Pat mentioned, Haggis was a Scientologist for 35 years. He appeared on the Scientology smear campaign show with Leah Remini. I think it was After Scientology or whatever it's called.
He was also in Going Clear, like the big documentary.
Right.
That's got to fuck you up.
Exposed,
Well, Leah thinks that maybe Scientology, the Scientology Illuminati, is behind all this,
trying
in an attempt to crush Haggis, who's apparently already broke from paying for this civil trial. So he's a rapist. He's the victim of Scientology revenge. He's innocent.
Look, could be getting framed by the Scientologists.
I'll tell you what.
Could be, yeah.
Normally, I'm not about conspiracy theory, but do you guys remember that
Scientology though?
The councilman in Florida, right? We covered this story, who was like at a bar harassing women or something like that, and then I found this website that had every member of his family. It was like I forget the guy's name. Let's say it's John
right.
Smith.
Yeah, they set it
John
up. Right?
Smith is a fraud. And it was an
and
entire
the church set that up.
The church did it. Yeah, I mean the church fucks around. Like there's a reason Tom Cruise
obviously
doesn't have
they're
a
like
relationship
propagandists,
with his daughter.
just like any country, like the U.S. or China or Russia
or like I don't know, the Catholic Church would do something.
Oh,
like
all churches do it.
All churches do it to not get smeared. But I will say this: anyone that's dumb enough to be a Scientologist should go to jail anyway. So I don't really care if he's guilty or not. Lock his ass away. He was stupid enough to become a Scientologist to begin with. Get his ass out of here.
Well, you should watch Going Clear because essentially he talks about how he was broke and then he became a Scientologist. Then he started getting work, which is a lot of
first mistake.
The reason a lot of people do it.
Yeah, but it's like the ultimate cult. It's like signing up to be a Nazi, right?
It's like selling your soul to the
hey,
devil.
I think I'll go be a Nazi today. That's like what going to become a Scientologist.
Similar.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah. But big accusations.
There's a lot of parallels.
Yeah.
I mean, a 2-day rape fest is a huge accusation, and it's fucking awful. So if he's guilty, he needs to go to jail forever. But that's a cup of coffee in the big time today, which is brought to you guys by Sunday. Guys, summer is here. You know what else is here? Judgy eyes looking at your shitty lawn, driving down the property values, right?
Yep.
As I said yesterday, summer is what separates the men from the lazy pieces of shit when it comes to lawns. Thankfully, Sunday gets your lawn growing and helps keep it healthy all season long. And Sunday's different. Now you don't have to choose between having a beautiful yard and keeping your family out of harm's way. No harmful pesticides. It's going to make your dog puke on your favorite rug, or you turn your baby into a tiz, God forbid. Sunday can help you grow a beautiful lawn without the guesswork or the nasty chemicals. Their custom plans include fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn with ingredients like seaweed, iron, molasses, so you can feel good with those kids and pets being around it. All you have to do is visit sunday.com. You put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest. They use soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan delivered to your door when you need it. Just attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose, spray it. Takes less than 15 minutes, and in no time, you're the envy of the entire neighborhood. And like we said, you got women just rolling around in your grass, just offering you their bodies. You know what I mean?
I can't wait. Just got the sprinklers installed just to do my Sunday.
There you go. Best of all, this stuff really works. So Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off. Full season plans start at just $129. And you can get 20% off at checkout when you go to getsunday.com/factor. That's 20% off your custom plan for a full, beautiful, lush lawn this summer. Go to getsunday.com/factor. You know, nothing better.
Lush me, daddy.
Lush me.
I wasn't sure who was going second. Am I going second?
You're up, Pat.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's talk real quick about what happened on Saturday in Houston. The Texas GOP had a meeting at their annual Republican convention. And at this convention, 5,100 delegates and alternates, they voted on a party platform that has some pretty interesting things in it. And the reason, guys, this is news, let me preface, is not because these are like general ideas being put forth from the conservative party in the conservative state of Texas. The reason this is news is because some of the tenets of this new party platform are fucking bananas, like absolutely nuts, and are specifically in line with the furthest right ideals in American politics. So look, you have your party, your Democrats, your Republicans. We both agree that both parties suck, right? And then you have your extremists on either end, okay? And we can go over, we don't have to, what some of the extremist beliefs on the left and the right are, but it's really rare, in fact, unprecedented, that you see the Texas GOP, which is one of the strongest GOPs in the country, straight up aligning with these nut job. Well, Georgia gives it a run for its money. Okay, but let's get into it, guys.
Are you doing a story about Georgia's GOP thing? No.
I mean, yeah, the biggest.
Yeah,
we got the most stars.
Yeah.
The biggest.
Who wears the hats?
So the GOP released their, I think it was like 33 pages. So essentially, this is their new platform, and these tenets were voted upon. And the majority of these, I'm pretty sure everyone I'm about to read was voted upon. The most important ones most certainly were passed. But let's get into it, guys. First and foremost, homosexuality. And this is verbatim. Homosexuality is an abnormal lifestyle choice. We believe there should be no granting or special legal entitlements or creations of special status for homosexual behavior, regardless of state origin. And we oppose any criminal or civil penalties against those who oppose homosexuality out of faith, conviction, or belief in traditional values. No one should be granted special legal status based on their LGBTQ plus identification. So,
Gay
does that take away hate crimes?
Back on, yeah. No more hate crimes if you bash a gay.
Well, if you do it in the name of God, but that's not the important part, guys.
Also,
the important part
does it
is
nullify the Supreme Court ruling of like?
Oh, they're
14th
nullifying
Amendment?
Supreme Court rulings left and right. Well, we'll get to those
because they just ruled that that would be a status like
Well, look, I don't want to get into
it would afford you equal rights to everybody else.
There's an argument to be had, right? And we don't need to have that argument about the
Are they saying
special status.
Rights? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a special legal
There's probably
entitlement.
some...
That we could get into an argument about. That's not my point. When someone writes a document like this, right, a bill or a platform, it employs legal language on purpose. Every word means something. And the first line I want to focus on here of this platform: homosexuality is an abnormal lifestyle choice, period. And then they move on to the argument of no special granting.
Well, they wanted to get it clear.
They also say it's a choice, which is weird.
The Oxford definition of
Yeah.
abnormal is
So
deviating
aggressive.
from what is normal or unusual, typically in a way that's undesirable or worrying. Now, a delegate brought a resolution, an amendment to this resolution to say, hey, what do you say we don't include the word, I don't know, abnormal in the wording of this tenet?
Good call. Should we say it's fucking disgusting?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
to that-
I thought it was too
That's
soft
not
too.
harsh enough. I agree.
Turn up the volume.
It was met with a bunch of yells and people saying, I think maybe you're a little abnormal the way you're
Yeah.
talking. But no, that striking down of the unnecessary offensive language, which essentially excludes people from being normal or American in a lot of respects, which is a tenet of the Constitution, was not approved. They wanted abnormal in there. Okay, keep going. Resolutions. This one's important. This one did get passed. 2020 election. We believe that the 2020 election violated Article 1 and 2 of the U.S. Constitution, that various secretaries of state illegally circumvented their state legislatures in conducting their elections in multiple ways, including by allowing ballots to be received after November 3rd, 2020. We believe that substantial election fraud in key metropolitan areas significantly affected the results in 5 key states in favor of Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
Begging for Conpack.
We reject the certified results.
want
We
it bad.
They want it.
We reject the certified results of the
good for us.
2020 presidential election, and we hold that, quote, acting president Joseph R. Biden was not legitimately elected by the people of the United States. We strongly urge all Republicans to work to ensure election integrity and show up your vote November 22. Bring your friends and family, volunteer at your local Republicans, and overwhelm any possible fraud.
This one I'm fine with because it really opens the door for our
The cunt pack.
for our super PAC.
Yeah.
You have an
This
official.
one's good.
Okay.
1 and 1 so far.
All right.
They need to, how open are they to the blockchain on that? Because I
Yeah.
feel like that could solve a lot of
Well, look, the problem here is, look, no one is acknowledging that Donald Trump is a self-serving asshole.
They just hate
that
Biden.
sold the big
them
light.
saying Biden didn't win is just like it's just a middle finger to Biden.
I think it's
it means
massively
nothing.
fucking
It is.
dangerous.
At this point, everybody like Biden is, he's like falling off his bike and shit. People
Yeah,
are
it's
just
just
gonna be
teasing
tossing
him.
him the bird.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
it's just gonna. This is the start of shit like this.
It's a rally cry.
It's a not
Yeah.
my president. It's one
Exactly.
Ah,
It's like,
one of
it's
the
just
most
the same
dangerous-
shit. It's like
look,
it's like when they wore the all white to Donald Trump's.
Guys,
State of
this is
Union.
opening the door to every fucking election being contested moving forward. And it's horrible. It's fucking terrible for our
until
democracy.
we step in.
Both sides contest
With our
elections.
super PAC.
Cunt
Yeah,
pack,
and
blockchain, boom,
and the woman
done.
that did the woman that did it in Georgia, the Democrat, was a fucking bitch too. She shouldn't have done that shit. But
Pat, obviously this is ridiculous, but we got to get a little bit better with.
We gotta get Conpack.
We got to get a little bit better with the tabulation of the votes. Period. I think.
Right.
right, but again, those are apples and oranges. Moving on. On that note, 2,000 Mules, right? The film that Bill Barr dismissed as just indefensible was screened 3 times throughout the convention.
It's on loop.
Yeah, the United Nations, guys. The United Nations is a detriment to the sovereignty of the United States and our countries. Because of this, we support the withdrawal of the United Nations, the removal of the United Nations from U.S. soil, the opposition to placement of U.S. U.S. troops under command of the United Nations. They redefined marriage, again. We support the definition of marriage as a God-ordained legal and moral covenant only between one biological man and one biological woman. On that note, guys, Log Cabin Republicans, which is the largest Republican organization dedicated to representing LGBTQ conservatives.
I can hear you yelling.
They were not allowed to set up a booth at the convention. And the Texas GOP chairman, Matt Rinaldi, said, quote, I think it's inappropriate given the state of our nation right now for us to play sexual identity politics. And Jason Baldwin, the president of the Log Cabin Republicans of Fort Worth, said, what? Why am I being lumped in with people who support allowing children to access puberty blockers or taking them to drag shows? He said it isn't identity politics to go against his party and support a gay marriage. And this seemed so ridiculous that Donald J. Trump came in, and he was the actual voice of reason in this situation. Trump Jr. tweeted, the Texas GOP should focus its energy on fighting back against the radical Democrats and weak RINOs, kill them, instead of canceling a group of gay conservatives who are just standing in the breach with us, which...
Right. Isn't Grinnell is like one of the most like hardcore conservative people I've ever seen online, and he's gay. So, I mean,
obviously, it's contradiction left and right, and most
why
importantly,
the fuck does that matter? I mean, both parties. This is such an example of why they both just suck. It's like, stop being so fucking like exclusive of everybody.
Right.
That's why nobody wants to associate
in a perfect box, right? Like no one. Like
this is also just an example of religion coming in. You know, there's a separation of church and state for a reason. These are religious tenets that you're propelling on your party. You're forcing your party. State sovereignty, guys. Pursuant to Article 1, Section 1 of the Texas Constitution, the federal government has impaired our right of local self-government. Therefore, federally mandated legislation that infringes upon the 10th Amendment rights of Texas should be ignored, opposed, refused, and nullified. Texas retains the right to secede from the United States, and the Texas legislature should be called upon to pass a referendum consistent thereto. They also outlined
Lone Star, baby. We don't need 50 stars. We got
let's walk out.
Star down here.
Threatening to walk out, so is the best. All right, we're gonna walk out.
Pornography is a public health hazard.
Shit.
Yep. So that's a lot, guys. And Texas Republican leaders were in shock as they arrived.
They're JD Vancing it?
They're JD Vancing it hard. And they did something kind of which really
now
pissed
they've
me
lost
off.
me.
Literally, this is verbatim. So it's line, let's say 232. Pornography crisis. The state of Texas shall recognize that pornography is a public health hazard. Then there's 233, something else. Then 234 comes back to pornography and is the exact same wording except throws in and pedophilia. And it's like, yeah, we know, bro.
Yeah, pedophilia is bad.
But why? What? Why you? They're lumping
there
one with the
are
other.
a few pedophiles that do like pornography. So.
Guys, Texas Republican leaders were shocked as they arrived. John Cornyn, the senator from Texas, who agreed to have a bipartisan talk about gun control. Just a talk. He was booed at the convention. And Dan Crenshaw, who we learned lost his eye in Afghanistan after Pete Davidson made a joke about it on Saturday Night Live. And then
more when the Mujahideen guy.
Yes, but yeah. My point is, we learned you can't make fun of his eye patch because then Pete Davidson had to apologize.
When Pete Davidson did his goodbye on Saturday Night Live, which I thought he was pretty terrible his whole career on SNL. He had a funny thing in the weekend.
Don't watch his stand up if you thought he was bad.
No, I have. It's bad. It's bad. But he did a funny thing where he's like, one of the most famous things I had here was when I got in trouble for making fun of Dan Crenshaw. I called him a pirate. Now he put up like an article of Breitbart because the right was turning on him because he wasn't hardcore enough, and they absolutely like were 10 times meaner about his eye injury than Pete Davidson was. Like,
right, and this is how Crenshaw was met walking into the convention center.
Eye Patch McCain. Hey, Eye Patch McCain. Look at Eye Patch McCain right here.
Now they've turned on him.
You're a globalist. You're a globalist.
You're a globalist.
You're a globalist, RINO.
Oh, they love this RINO thing.
You're a globalist, RINO.
RINO thing's getting out of
control. Eye Patch McCain.
Right, you get
that guy's probably like wearing 7 items of clothing made in China.
And he masturbates a lot.
Finally, guys, the Texas Tribune did an awesome job of covering this. They talked to a bunch of people on the ground. This is stoking, obviously, people that are uninformed, ill-informed, including a woman who claimed that the Uvalde shooting, was set up by the government to take our guns. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with one thing, guys.
they say every time.
You should Google the police's duty to protect you, because they have absolutely not one. And
they should have fucking gone in there though, Pat. Come on.
no, agreed. But
Yeah,
there's no legal
But the
thing
Uvalde
holding
cops,
them to
I
do
mean,
it.
they
Fuck
fucked
that.
up.
They should. Their kids
Oh, I
were
agree,
texting.
100%.
Come
I agree.
on.
I agree.
77 minutes.
You're going to learn that nothing's
going
going to happen, because there's no special duty.
And tomorrow, Pat's going to do the Texas DNC party thing.
Well, that's next Saturday. I'm happy to point out what's weird
Let's
about
see if
it.
there's anything weird about it too. There are a lot of weird things that you pointed out there. I agree.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
weird little
This ain't about left or right, guys. This is about fringe. It's about
you know who's going to
fringe
be
is important.
You know who's going to be most upset about that is Elon's daughter, who's dropping his last name and coming out as non-binary. So she's going to be very upset, especially because if she has to live in Texas. Because
man, I just saw that photo. Elon
changed her name because she doesn't want to have the Musk last name or be related to it.
Did you see that Father's Day photo of Elon and all of his boys? I was like, that's just too many boys. So I'm kind of glad. Makes sense.
Right, Wes. Yeah,
makes sense.
Money's nice. No, yeah, he's got a lot of kids, Pat.
He's like Nick Cannon, that guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's like richest man in the world, Nick Cannon. So he's unlimited. He's gonna have like 50 kids by the end. All right,
lost one game, one type thing for him this week probably.
Right? Yeah, he's like net. I'll still net gain this year. I'll get at least 2 pregnancies in. All right. Today's TikTok International Moment, before we get to it, guys, was brought to you by Next Evo. It is the fastest absorbing CBD on the market. I took some today, and let me tell you, it kicks in quick. They're not kidding. Next Evo Naturals developed Smart Sorb technology, clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil, because oil just doesn't mix with your water-based body. It works faster too. When you feel stress coming on, you won't waste time wondering, is it working? Whenever I need to chill, I just load up a couple Next Evo berry gummies. That's my personal favorite, the berry gummies right there. Or you can use the pills, the mint, sleep aid. If you got trouble going to bed, they all work fantastic. All their products. Smart Sorb technology improves CBD's ability to be absorbed, getting into your system in as little as 10 minutes, which is pretty incredible. I mean, you feel it fast. Next Evo Naturals are scientifically formulated to deliver CBD in a way your body can actually use fast, proven to be 29 times better absorption in the first 30 minutes than an oil. Next Evo isn't just another CBD company. Their natural products are backed by more scientific studies than any other CBD brand. It's vegan, GMO-free, gluten-free, THC-free, capsules and gummies derived from 100% U.S.-grown hemp. Nice. America. That dude who was screaming at Eye Patch McCain would be really happy. So stop wondering if CBD is right for you. Made in America would make him a little bit happier, hopefully, unless he's oblivious to how that works. Stop wondering if CBD is right for you. Try Next Evo Naturals, capsules, gummies, mints, and topical creams, clinically proven to be better absorbed by your body. Get 25% off your first order of 40 or more at nextevo.com with promo code HARDFACTOR, all one word. That's 25% off at nextevo.com, promo code HARDFACTOR.
I popped one of those last night. They're just sitting around. They sent them to us, and I was like, I'll try a gummy. And it made Cam and I were watching Father Stew. It made Father Stew watchable.
I've been wanting to see Father Stew. How was
Father Stew sucks.
You pay for it?
No, we're red boxing things because we don't have internet.
So like $2.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
$2.
Yeah, Father Stew is a red box special.
That's about the best you can get from Redbox.
Mark Wahlberg playing a priest.
Yeah.
And speaking of Wes, I'd say the kitchen, the lighting must be better. I didn't watch, I listened, and so it doesn't look like
I turned on a little light. No, it's not as dark.
You backlit yourself.
It was very Chechen yesterday.
Yeah. As we touched on, Pat started off slow and then came around.
I was
nothing was going to please. Pat was like the guy at the convention. Nothing was going to.
I was in a really good mood yesterday.
And I also loved that Pat's mood, fine or whatever, it led to the description of him versus the wheel, which is a great new.
He said it's the worst thing in the world, I believe.
Right, Pat versus the wheel is a great rivalry for the
not a wheel guy.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I think he called it the stupidest thing in the world.
I think it's the best.
Biggest waste of time ever.
Upgrade we've ever done to the show. Best one.
Let's put it to the wheel.
Yeah. I bet the Republican, I bet the GOP party in Texas would have had better policies if they'd let the wheel choose them.
Throw it on the wheel.
About it.
Yeah.
They would probably love the wheel too. I mean, they should get into it. All right. Pack your bags, gentlemen.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
That's right. Today, we are starting in Mexico and making it all the way around the globe to Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
First, in Mexico, this one's from Big Ounce and at QB1Trillion on Twitter. And we've got some exotic animal issues going on in the cartel wars, unfortunately. Really serious stuff, guys. In Western Mexico, multiple cartel members got involved with pet tigers that got loose. One guy even died of his wounds when he was trying to recover the tiger.
Trying to run from the tiger.
Right. No, he's trying to get it back in its cage, and when he got attacked, dead.
It's an expensive pet. He's got a lot of money sunk in that thing. I don't blame him.
It's now two got loose in the same week, so it sounds like the cartels, they got all kinds of tigers, guys. And
lock issues.
Yeah, lock issues, tigers that'll kill you. Saddest of all, one gang's mascot, a spider monkey that wears a bulletproof vest, was killed in a brutal shootout near Mexico City on Tuesday. No. Rest in peace to this brave little soldier. There's his picture from The Guardian, guys.
Oh, man.
Another senseless
the vest
casualty
didn't help
of the cartel war.
Oh, my God.
No, the vest.
Where'd they get that vest?
Maybe not real.
They made it for him.
They special ordered it?
Yeah.
Had it made.
Tiny vest. Spider monkey. Bulletproof vest. Flak jacket. Right. Another senseless casualty of the cartel war. Hashtag legalize it and beat cartel prices. Right, guys?
You know that one hurt. Since they made the specialty body armor for him, they were upset after that.
Or imagine if you were the guy that got tasked with making the body armor and you cheaped out on it. And then
they're mad at him. He's probably
the body
dead.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah. If he survived the shootout, he's the first to go. But yeah, I mean, that's a big blow to your
Who made the vest?
I never thought that he was going to get shot in the chest.
Can't believe it.
Man. They could have made like a bubble, like a Pope bubble for him. It would have been pretty cheap to do.
They should have, but they probably didn't know the shootout was coming. You know, it's cartel life, Pat.
I think it's more like I don't think my spider monkey is going to get shot to death.
Right. They can't hit that thing. It's so small. And related to that, guys, let's go move on to a little bit of lighter note on the spider monkey news. Okay. This is a wild story about a spider monkey in Cambodia. It came to us from QB1Trillion.
They shot Climby.
Why? They don't have a LA Vato accent yet, Mark.
Yeah, they do. They shot Climby.
Hey, Climby's dead.
Oh no!
They're all walking around
the vest for Climby. Did you use real Kevlar in this, man?
Climby's vest sucks, Holmes. Hey, all right. Okay. This video from QB1Trillion. It's a lighter note of spider monkey news, fellas. Here it is.
Story. Mad story. Two of my pals are in Cambodia.
This is a recording of a Telegram chat.
Right.
Two of my pals are in Cambodia.
British guy.
I don't know the ins and outs of the story, but they're staying in a room, and they left the window open in the night, and then they woke up in the morning, went into matey's room. He was passed out asleep, and a monkey had pulled down his trousers and was sucking his cock.
No way.
And they was like, yeah, bro, like, as if that actually happened, and they've got a photo of it. And they was like, we didn't want to scare the monkey in case it bit his cock, bro. So we all went outside and was making monkey noises through the window.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, no.
They had to take time to get a photo before
they got the pic.
Yeah, there it is. Check it out.
Holy shit.
You guys see that?
Oh my god.
I guess it kind of looked like a banana.
Wow.
So
YouTube.com/article.
when they woke him all up and that, he got a flight home straight away, bruv, and no one can get hold of him.
Yeah, no one can get a hold of him. Getting new friends.
Yeah, he had to get new friends. That's what he's doing.
This is a great depiction of this.
He has to restart his life. This guy's just laughing. 20 seconds of a guy laughing.
Oh my goodness.
The other guy sounded pretty broken up about it.
No, he was just like,
he's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, he was just like chilling.
Yeah. And they got more pictures. They started memeing him, with the guy getting his.
He's got a cigarette in his mouth.
Shit.
Pretty crazy, huh?
That's
a little lighter spider monkey news.
You think the monkey was like trained to suck dick, and he's like a sex act monkey, and he got loose, and then he just looked for the closest dick?
Could be Wes.
Is that thing?
Yeah,
is that a thing? Do monkeys like
probably
get paid to
in Cambodia?
Dicks? Yeah.
I think he was after
They had the smallest penises.
Who's
too,
to argue
Cambodia,
with you
right?
after that story, Wes? You know?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Monkeys probably have the mouth size. Wild stuff out of Cambodia. Spidermonkey news is just kicking this week. Now let's hop on that flight to Australia. I got some in-flight entertainment for you fellas on the way. Some international trends you should know about. First up, a very cool protester showed up at the Canadian F1 race. You see his sign says, "Save the whales, stop porpoising." I don't know what that means.
What does that even mean?
I'm gonna throw Google on that.
Loves whales, so just gonna put that out there. Great one. Also got my first consultation for the orca tattoo coming up on June 29th. Thought I'd let you fellas know. Also in Canada, they've got ketchup popsicles from French's coming out.
Was that was that at a F1 race?
F1 race, yeah.
Okay, the term porpoising is a problem where cars start bouncing at high speeds. I guess it's become a safety issue as drivers are suffering injured backs.
Nice, a little creative pro-whale protesting.
Cars gain
that's a two birds
and lose
sign.
downforce. Yeah, okay, so it's,
Very
they start
clever.
bouncing like that.
Two birds, one sign.
Very clever. And speaking of Canada, another country that speaks French, France, sacre bleu. Macron lost his majority in parliament as both the far right and far left gained big shares of seats in France this week.
Oh, good. It's on both sides.
Yeah, it's like the extremists really coming through 2022, Mark. Yeah, you're right. And take it over to China.
Was that Beijing?
That was Xi Jinping saying, "What's up, Beijing?"
He said, "What's up?"
Can you play
What's
that
up,
again?
Beijing?
Can you play that again?
Yeah. This is our new China intro.
Was that Beijing?
Emperor.
Shout out Eric. Okay, so Chinese TikTok breaches. There's a bunch of them. That's what's up, Beijing. This is from BuzzFeed News. Recordings obtained by BuzzFeed News contain 14 statements from 9 different TikTok employees indicating that engineers in China had access to U.S. data between September 2021 and January 2022 at the very least. Quote, everything is seen in China. Apparently, there's even one Beijing-based engineer who has, quote, access to everything. They call him the, quote, master admin. So it turns out Trump was right about TikTok. Personally, I find TikTok to be a super weird app with their extremely strict rules. No weed at all. Hope they get flushed down the drain. Also, rumors about Russia trying to hack this year's elections. We need to shut these Antifa League fuckers out electronically and financially.
Yeah,
they're coming at our elections big time. Yeah.
We got
all of them.
Our most recent video that got taken down was just explaining that Brittany Griner was being held because she had weed vape cartridges. And you can't say weed. You can't. So we didn't show weed. You can't mention weed. It got taken down for
I guess
final channel on today's flight.
Retire some of my very extensive weed shirt wardrobe that I have.
I guess they missed that.
The worst. Yeah, they're the worst. You can get it through, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're like TikTok stars, you know.
I know.
Right. Well, that's everybody's conundrum with TikTok because the algorithm's great, but the app sucks. Finally, on today's flight, South Korean company Krafton has basically made the AI robot girlfriend from the movie Her, and this hyper-realistic virtual human's name is Anna, and it's going to talk to all the gamers into buying more games, and surely this will help with the globally declining birth rates. Artificial girlfriends that are coming out.
Yeah, Anna, huh?
Anna, yeah. I mean, she's
kind of do whatever Anna asks. They'll do whatever she wants. Yeah,
they will. We're running along today, so let's move it over to our last location, Melbourne, Australia. We've landed. This is from Rick Holt. Thank you. An Uber driver named Tristan Hearn, 40 years old, has been charged with stealing body parts from a Melbourne grave. That's crazy. And it's not too shocking once you see his picture. Here he is, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Describe that to the listeners.
Looks like Johnny Depp a little bit.
He looks like what he looks like when the guys try to get the plastic surgery to become a celebrity, and it's it's like a very bad doctor's version of Johnny Depp.
He looks like Sweeney Todd Johnny Depp.
Yes. Yeah. But worse. A lot of plastic surgery, probably, right? Yes.
I don't know. Probably a lot of makeup in that picture. The police found that picture and others online. Here's him with his skinless cat. So he's got one of those.
Way more normal
looking than those guys.
Yeah, skinless cat guy. So, they promptly arrested Tristan in March. When they also found stolen human remains at his house, where he's renting a room along other tenants. So, like,
I found them.
They were onto him that he was grave robbing. They searched his house.
Keepers.
Yeah.
Boom. He's got skulls. Police allegedly found at least one skull in his bedroom and another buried in his garden. And they alleged
you'll never find them all.
They weren't using
you would
them.
Not.
Yeah.
You would not. They alleged the human heads were stolen from mausoleums in 2 separate incidents at Footscray General Cemetery between January 27th and February 1st. This guy right here.
This not
Tristan.
Surprising.
Here's him doing the kissy face at the camera.
That's him on the way to the graveyard, smiling.
Is he
shovel in the back?
Contour makeup?
Yeah, he does a lot of makeup, man.
What's wrong with it? Yeah,
big
okay.
time makeup guy. He's a lot wrong with him, Pat. I'm sure the people of Melbourne are pretty happy Tristan has been caught, but maybe not so much about a 17-year-old who was recently brought in for what the police are calling a mobile marijuana unit. See that, guys?
That's awesome.
It's a scooter with a slippery room when wet.
That's a cooler on top of a scooter.
Yeah.
You're damn right, Pat.
Full of weed, right?
A gas-powered scooter because this kid is old school. It's got the cooler. It's got some shovels, of course, on the side of it there.
It's like a Bigfoot GoPed. He's got like a cooler on top of a Bigfoot GoPed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's modified it. And of course, Mark, as you mentioned, weed and scales and whatnot, edibles, bongs, everything else inside the cooler. And while multiple phone calls and Facebook posts alerted the Melbourne police to this young entrepreneur, at least one Melbourne man posted this. He said, "I'm not going to lie. A part of me would be a little impressed with this young fella."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
put the kid in engineering school. Did you see the organization skills on his weed setup?
And he's so confident, just doing it in broad daylight. The kid's badass. Yeah.
What are the shovels for, though?
I mean, in case he needs to do some yard work. I'm sure it's not. He's hustling. It's not just weed sales. He's doing whatever he needs to do.
He's also a grave robber.
Yeah, bury a body.
Yeah.
That's what's happening down under in Melbourne.
All right, guys. Y'all know we love CBD. Absolutely love it. It's my favorite way to relieve stress, to calm down, which I need to do, I guess, from time to time. And Feels is a better way to feel better. Feels is a premium CBD that will help to keep your head clear and make you feel your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door. It's CBD naturally that helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover or addiction whatsoever. All you do is place a few droplets of Feels under your tongue, and you'll feel the difference within minutes. And they have
no worries, Mike.
They have a 2,400 milligram droplet one.
Whoa!
Not for the faint of heart, but it's my favorite one. They have
Feels is awesome.
They have a smaller one too, but they have a 2,400 milligram tincture.
Super high dose. Yeah.
The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important. So you should do that. And everyone's dose is different. Or if you need a dose of the chill on the go, pop one of the Feels new CBD infused mints, which are also awesome. I went through my mint packet in like a week. In fact, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to guide your personal experience so that you can find your perfect dose, which is awesome. They have really good customer service. They're dedicated to making sure you get the best use of your CBD. Joining the Feels monthly subscription makes it easy just to get it delivered to your door, set it and forget it, right? So start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/factor and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. What? That's FEALS.com/factor to become a member and get 50% off automatically. You have to go to that. It's not a promo code. It's that URL is the promo code, right? Feels.com/factor. You get 50% off automatically taken off your first order and free shipping. Feels.com/factor. So let me ask you guys a question. Does it look like Evelyn Zigarelli Henderson lost her mind?
Whoa, dude. Shit. Holy shit.
What are you looking at there?
I'm looking at a goatee.
That is a 80-year-old woman with a goatee.
66.
66.
Looks 87.
She's got dead
white
skin
and black
tone.
hair.
She got struck by lightning.
She looks
like the great-great-grand bride of Frankenstein.
She looks like Marv in Home Alone, the scene that Wes hates when she's getting electrocuted.
Full goatee. Full goatee. Can't emphasize that enough. Full goatee.
Yep, that's really important. She's got the Bride of Frankenstein hair where it looks like it's all white, but also you can see that
she has white roots that grew out.
Yeah, she has white roots that it was jet black, and it looks like she hasn't dyed it in about 6 months. And then, as Will said, it's really important to notice that she's got a goatee that could make Jim the Anvil Neidhart blush. R.I.P.
She needs a hug, but no one's gonna give it to her.
No,
best mugshot ever.
You're not going to believe this, but the Pennsylvania woman got upset with her husband and allegedly killed him, set him on fire, and buried him under the porch.
That's exactly what you would think when you looked at her picture.
Wow.
It's about on par.
He finally did it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably left the razor out one too many times, you know, like hint, like, hey, I left it out. It works on goatees for all goatees, and then she killed it.
You know what it is, Mark? Put that picture back up.
Yeah,
I hate your goatee.
Yeah,
it's like radiocarbon dating, right? Like because where the hair was
she looks
dyed,
like the first woman of all time.
Where the hair was dyed, that's where she had it together. And
Lots
the amount of time that it took for those gray roots to grow out, I guarantee that's when the beard came through.
Yep. Yeah, well, we're going to get to that, Pat. I think you're right. Here's a picture of Evelyn's deceased husband, Cameron. He looks like he's from the Frontier era.
Dude, if those two as a couple walked into a Red Lobster.
Yeah, and look at the size of the beef thing he ordered, like the ribs. Look
it's
at
like
that.
The size of him.
Yeah. It really looks like they are from a different era. Like
they must have known it was the end was near with that.
They look like they're living in Beetlejuice.
Yes, and he is.
Where are they at?
He is 84. Pennsylvania, near Lancaster, so like near Amish. They might be a little bit Amish, but they're neighboring towns to the Amish in Lancaster, Dauphin County. But yeah. So that's him. He's dead. And Cameron was actually the former sheriff of his county, Dauphin County. And despite their looks, they actually looks like they got out a lot because Evelyn allegedly burned through their savings before burning her husband and put them in major debt because she bought vacation homes and expensive day spa passes. She liked to live the fine life and be pampered.
There's a huge difference. Huh? There's a huge difference there, Mark.
No.
Yeah, good call.
What?
No waxing.
No waxing. She went and got She went and got like spa treatments, and that she bought like beach homes and shit.
How does she look like that if she did this shit?
Well, I'm gonna get to the theory. And then she killed her husband probably for the life insurance. Evelyn, who is a former political candidate in Dauphin County and former clerk, so he was the sheriff. She was in politics back in the day. She called 911 to tell the police her husband burned himself to death. At first, she said it was a suicide, but when she saw the cops giving more than her chin a crooked look, she changed her tune and said, "Oh, he must have been smoking one of his cigars on the porch and accidentally burnt himself to death, naked."
And then buried himself under the porch.
Poured gasoline on himself.
Yeah.
And then, wouldn't you know it, he got out the shovel, his bones.
Yeah. She certainly hasn't admitted to killing her 84-year-old husband yet, stripping him naked and then burning his body to a crisp on the porch. But when forensics got involved, they noticed fly larvae in Cameron's mouth and nostrils, indicating he'd been dead for quite some time before Evelyn called 911. When the police asked Evelyn why she waited so long to call 911, she said there was a reason, but she just couldn't remember why she waited so long. And look,
clearly gone crazy.
Yes. I want to keep getting the checks.
Exactly. And if I'm a lawyer, I got to tell you, I'm taking her case based off just the picture alone, the mugshot alone. There's no jury in America that wouldn't vote insanity for her just by judging the book by the cover. And I think she may have killed her husband and then realized she might not get away with it, so she went with the crazy angle. That's when the roots grew out. That's when the goatee came out, because Evelyn was always looking like this before. Jet black hair. She was a woman about town. She was trying to become a politician, right? I think when she realized she was going to get in trouble, she went and looked like this. Maybe she actually did lose her mind. Maybe as a plot, but it's going to be an insanity thing.
Found out
better actress than Amber Heard.
So hair grows about 6 inches per year. How many inches do we think are in those roots?
About a year's worth. Two.
About a year's worth.
More.
Yeah, about a year.
No, that's 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she could have been living with that body for a year. I don't know how she would have got away with that, but yeah. Anyways, what the hell, Dauphin County?
Yeah. How do you even? I mean, that woman. It's just hard to understand how somebody like that exists. You know,
she might have just literally lost her mind, but it's either she's pretending to or she did, allegedly. But let's bring up
the jury. Will find out.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, the wheel.
I'll take the case.
Yeah. The wheel, yes.
Yes, the wheel.
Oh, yes, the wheel.
Okay, who has what tomorrow?
Coffee's
Mark.
me.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
I hate the wheel.
Wheel.
Got TikTok.
Coming at
Weasley.
There we go.
Nice.
All right.
So there you have it.
Look, the wheel's being nice to you. I don't know. I don't get your beef with it, man. I mean, like it's letting you do whatever.
Because the wheel wants to commit suicide and
free range.
Knows that I'm on its side for that.
You think the wheel's trying to piss off?
I think the wheel's trying to die.
It already has.
I think the
Pat's
wheel's tired.
Vote, so it wants to piss someone else off. Yeah,
It's
I
tired.
got you. I know who's tired is Wes, because just yawned. And that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. We hope you guys get out there and have a great fucking day and have a great fucking week. We'll talk to you tomorrow.